Good evening, and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities, presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, two-time best-selling author, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and co-founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. Today we have a special VIP guest. Her name is Dr. Tylisha Johnson. A little bit about her. Dr. Johnson is the founder, CEO, and chief strategist of Transcending Horizons Enterprises Business Strategy Agency, where we develop and deliver customized winning strategies to ensure you soar beyond the limits in business and life. Dr. Johnson's aim is to effect change as she activates, inspires, and motivates others to aspire higher by speaking at a variety of events for youth, women, and entrepreneurs. Dr. Johnson has a Doctor of Business Administration, a Master of Business Administration, and a Bachelor's of Business Education, and a life coaching certification. Her dissertation research title was The Survival of Nonprofit Organizations During the Time of Economic Recession. Dr. Johnson's areas of expertise include, but not limited to, business and strategic planning, team training, nonprofit strategies, curriculum and workshop development, and strategies for life for women seeking to pursue their dreams while successfully nurturing their families. She is also serving on the executive committee for Changing Flames, which is a African and American-based business in Tampa Bay, Florida, dedicated to improving business skills and relationships of small African businesses based in Africa and empowering U.S.-Africa trade business partnerships. Dr. Johnson, also known as Sentimental, is multi-gifted and dynamic as she seeks to complete every purpose and plan she was birthed into this earth to fulfill. She believes in living life full out, tapping into every gift inside and sharing it with the world to educate, empower, inspire, and transform the lives of others, determining every day to unapologetically be all of who she was created to be, lives and loves authentically from the inside out. Welcome to the table, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Ms. Little, for that awesome welcome and for, inviting me to take a seat at your table. I know that this is a great honor to be invited to such a dynamic show, and I am so super excited to have an opportunity to share with your listeners.
Yes, and Dr. Johnson, I am honored and humbled to interview you today, and I've just read your amazing bio because you are amazing. So would you please tell listeners more about yourself?
Sure. I mean, there's not a lot left on the table here, but I am one thing that I left out of the bio that I think is absolutely important and, that everyone should know about me is I absolutely love the beach. That's a little fun fact about me. But I do. And I that is where I get my solitude. But also outside of what you read, one thing is I am also a mother, blessed to have two children, one of which is home with the Lord. Mervyn Jones passed in 2011. He was 11 years old, and my daughter is 25 years old, a graduate student at LaSalle University. And so I do want to say that I am so super blessed, and I'm just excited to share with the audience and about my journey and my experience and whatever else that it is that I can offer to help others. That's my heart, and that's what I want to do really with the rest of my life, is being able to, help people manifest their purpose and their destiny in this earth.
I love that. So, Dr. Johnson, you went from corporate America to full-time entrepreneurship, and we just talked about how you're going on your second year. So would you please tell us about your journey, how you started and where you are now?
Sure, absolutely. I did almost 20 years in corporate America in higher education administration, and then I spent 11 years in the educational system, teaching middle school and high school up until 2017. June of 2017 is when I transitioned full-time into my business. I started my business in March of 2016 officially. But here's the caveat that I really want to share with everyone, is that I actually sold my services in 2015, for the year of 2015, into 5 businesses. And so with that was more or less my focus group. And that's one key that I want to share with your listeners, is that we want to make sure that we have that focus group, that we have people that can give a testimonial to what it is that you offer, what it is that you are delivering. So I sold my services into those 5 businesses, and I'm proud to say that those businesses are still flourishing today. So that was back in 2015, 2016. I officially established my business while I was working full-time, and, being able to work part-time with entrepreneurs, anywhere from nonprofits to small businesses as well as ministries. It was absolutely, amazing to learn along the way. I was not quite ready to jump out of that boat of the full-time, working full-time when in 2016 I wasn't ready. I had only been, working my business for a few months, and I just did not have the faith that I needed to step out of that boat in 2016. But in June of 2017, I started walking on the water by faith. I started walking on the water by faith. I was able to build my business, and I'm telling you, one thing about this entrepreneurial journey, everybody's journey is different. But one thing I do know, no matter what point you are in, there is a sacrifice required, and there you have to be able to stay focused and make that sacrifice. I don't care what kind of capital you have saved up. I don't care, if you get a small business loan to start out with, and you choose to start out in the red. It doesn't matter what you decide to do. When you start out this journey full time, you are going to have to stay focused and walk by faith and take that risk. It's about risk taking, and you will have to sacrifice life as you know it. It will completely change. And so that's about my entrepreneurial journey that's continuing. And
yes, so, you stepping out and taking that jump, and now you're a full-time entrepreneur, and you're very successful in it. Not only did you jump, but your business is very successful with that. So, we all have those moments where we're very uncomfortable, we're afraid to take those risks, but, once you take that jump, he has a better purpose for you when you're walking by faith and you listening to him on his time.
Oh, yes. Literally.
Yes. Yes. So, Dr. Johnson, you are the founder, CEO, and chief strategist of Transcending Horizon Enterprise Business Strategy, right? So would you please talk to the listeners more about your powerful business and, talk to us about that and how, listeners can purchase your services as well and how they can book you?
Sure. Thank you so very much. Transcending Horizons, what we do is we develop and deliver customized winning strategies to help people to optimize their potential and ensure that they will soar beyond the limits in both their business and life. The way that we do that is we create business plans, strategic plans, as well as customized business solutions serving small businesses, nonprofits, as well as ministries. One thing that I like to be able to say right away is that we do a discovery session. And in that discovery session, whether you need business strategies and or life strategies, we are always discovering or really going about it in the same manner. And that is starting out with the question of how do you see yourself at the end of your life. You're standing in life and you look back. What does your business look like? What does your life look like? What is the legacy that you are leaving behind? Really showing that lid to the puzzle box. And I believe that, and that's just a metaphor, an analogy that I use, is looking at that lid to the puzzle box. Before you start putting together a puzzle, you want to see that finished picture, and it helps you to put the puzzle together better. And so it informs you of how to put the puzzle together. And so we want to make sure that we can articulate what does our vision look like. And I always say, tell me what that looks like with no limitations on time or money. And so people are like, wow, if I had all the money I needed and time wasn't a factor, I would just be able to do all these things, right? So, and it liberates them, because a lot of times those are the two factors that we tend to think about when we begin to articulate our vision, and we see those as limitations. But right away, I say, let's take those completely off the table. Now give me your picture. So that's really how they can, take advantage of my services, is really start with that discovery session, honestly. And in order to do that, you would just go to my website, and I know that I'll be giving you that information. Would you like it now and later?
Oh, yes, you can. You can share it now and later. Absolutely.
Sure. So my website, if you want to take that down, is www.transcendinghorizonsent.com. Again, www.transcendinghorizonsent.com. All of my information is there. You can follow me on social media from there, as well as my phone number, and there's an area there for you to schedule your discovery session. Thank you so much.
I love that. So, Dr. Johnson, you help people, develop those winning strategies. So who is your target audience? Are they more so, new business owners, or do you have seasoned business owners too, or you have a combination of both?
I have a combination of both, but I can tell you that my most favorite people to work with are the wifepreneurs or the mompreneurs. And so, and the reason why is because I did it. I did it for 20 years. And no, I didn't have my business, but what I did is I wore like 5 hats at one time. And I was able to work full time, be that wife, the mother, as well as pursue my degree, and also work in ministry as well. And so being able to do all of those things while successfully nurturing my family, what was key to that was priority management. One thing is I don't want, women to think that having a family, having children is an 18-year sentence, and that they cannot pursue their dreams just because they have children. There is a way to successfully nurture your family and your children, not feel it. And my daughter said it, because I actually did not do my schoolwork or anything while my children were awake. When they went to bed and they had a bedtime, I put on my school hat, and that's when I was working on my degree. And so I was mommy. I was mommy and wife until they went to bed. And so, it is being able to manage your priorities and still get the job done. So, that's my favorite audience or, target customer to work with, because a lot of times we put ourselves on, as women, we put ourselves on the back burner, and it's family first, and it's still family first, but you can still work on your dreams and your goals.
And it's pretty awesome that you have your particular target audience that you focus on, but that you're reaching back and pulling forward too, because you've been there and you've done that, right? So you want to help someone else and help them not make some of the mistakes that you've made.
Absolutely. Or even try to use excuses. A lot of times, we say that this happened or this is going on, and really it's something else that's holding us back, right? Because if you still have breath in your body, you can get it done. I tell people, if you're not bleeding or, nothing's burning and nobody died, then, then let's do it. Let's do it. Really the breath in your body says that, listen, it's an excuse-free zone here, and we need to come up with strategy to help you prioritize your life better. And of course, I help, new businesses that have been in business for years and need to revision. I like that word, revision, right? So you have your vision. Your vision you may need to revision your vision. You may need to revise it. And so, being able to look at where they are now and, where they want to be. And sometimes it's necessary that we get a fresh start. So it's a challenge. So that's why I love what I do.
I love it, Dr. Johnson. So let's talk about SOAR, because I know just in having conversations with you, you are always talking about soaring beyond the limit. So what does SOAR mean to you?
Well, SOAR is really about aspiring higher. When I see the word, or when someone hears the word, I hope that they think of an eagle, because that is my logo. It is an eagle. And one thing about an eagle use the storm. They use the storm to push them higher, and they soar above the storm. They actually use the wind that is in the storm, and they rest their wings on that wind and get above it, and they are able to soar higher. And so I'm telling you, I get so excited. You can probably tell. I get so excited because they use what other birds see as a limitation. They use other birds get inside of trees, and they hide inside of those trees, and they run for cover. And so instead, the eagle said, no, I'm not running for cover. I'm going to use this storm to soar higher, and we can overcome. The message is that you really can overcome every limitation. You really can soar beyond because guess what? There really are no limitations. They are all perceived. Anything that you say is a limitation is a perceived limitation and can be overcome. You might say, well, it's tangible to me. It's real to me. I really don't have money. Well, I can really tell you a strategy in order to make money. So listen, we will overcome. We will overcome whatever you perceive is your limitation. We will overcome that. and be able to soar beyond that and to transcend horizons. What is a horizon? It is, when we look out into the water and we look at that where the sky and the water meet, that's called a horizon. Now, it looks like if you get to the end of it that you're going to literally fall off, right? And you're going to go off the side of it. But we know that the earth is round, right? And so we're not going to fall off of it. But, we see that edge, but it goes to infinity and beyond, right? So we want to transcend those horizons, transcending, going beyond the point where your eyes can actually look. The point where your eyes can actually see. We want to go beyond that. So I love it. I love it. And actually, I'm sorry, do you have any questions? Because I really want to tell you it's an acronym as well. Can I explain?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. So I actually use the SOAR model. It's an acronym. So S is for sight. I help people to discover what is their vision. So sight, we know that eagles can see afar off. And so really laying out that vision, both short-term and long-term, writing that vision statement that is going to be broad, and so that they can have an umbrella of which they bring all of their services under. And the O is for optimizing potential and overcoming limitations. The A is for alignment. We want to make sure that we are in alignment with everything, our goals and our vision and our mission. And the R is for two things as well, research and development and also risk-taking. So no matter whether I'm helping people with their business or life, it is a model that I'm able to implement and take you through that process so that you are able to soar beyond the limit. Thank you.
I love it. And one thing about Dr. Johnson, she lives and breathes soar beyond the limits. Yes, and she practices what she preaches. So I love it, Dr. Johnson. I love it because you know what? Not only do we soar, but eagles fly alone as well. They do.
Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. They do. and mainly most of the time they do. But you do see some eagles will get in a formation. But one thing is about eagles is they're strong birds and they're they are rare. They are rare. They are unique. And there's so many different types of eagles. Very unique types of eagles. But we have to say that it's the strongest bird, and so and it's in a class all by itself. And so that's what we do. We help people. Right now you might be a raven or a buzzard or no, not a buzzard. I'm sorry, that wasn't nice. But but we want to. We can take you to eagle status no matter where you're starting. We can take you to that eagle status, and eagles only eat fresh fish. They don't eat dead things. Buzzards eat dead things. So we want fresh ideas. Yes. we want to be innovative, right, and creative.
Yes. So, Dr. Johnson, you aim to affect change as you activate, inspire, and motivate others. So would you please talk to the listeners more about your passion to affect change to help others aspire higher? Could you talk to us more about that and why you're so passionate about it?
Yes, absolutely. One thing is being able to tap into the gifts that are on the inside of that person. I like to be able to get that resume or, even if I'm doing life strategies, be able to do an assessment of the gifts and the talents that person has and ask activate those, being able to say, listen, that's been sitting dormant long enough. We can utilize that. You have been given power to get wealth, and that power that you have to get wealth is on the inside of you. And some of that power has been laying dormant and sitting still. So if you have a gift that you have not activated, that's what I help you do. I help you to activate that gift. I inspire you. And so I'm not just talking it. We have these great, speakers, and anyone can say, yes, let's go and be that cheerleader. But I'm telling you, inspiration comes from the inside. We are able to really inspire you and push you with experience. Okay, it's not something that I just made up or I read about. Okay, and keep you motivated. What's your motivation? Your motivation is your why, and that is what I help to keep you motivated with. So that's how I'm able to aim to effect change, to actually create that change in the lives of others. And I tell them, listen, your change is in your choice. Your deliverance is in your decision. And so if you want something to be different, if you want to be free from something or situation, then you need to just simply make a decision.
I love it. Your motivation is your why. Your change is in your choice. And your deliverance is in your decision. Those are 3 takeaways, listeners, that I would love for you to make sure you write down. I love that, Dr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motivation is your why. Yes. So what are some strategies you would give to small business owners who is looking to take their business to the next level, but they're trying to create a clear message for their audience? What are some strategies you would give to those small business owners that are trying to do that and trying to soar higher right now?
Yes. And right away, determine your X factor. What is the X factor? What do you bring to the table that no one else can bring? I love to give this as an example really quickly. If you have Joe Pizza and Tony Pizza, all things being equal from your house, right in the middle, distance is equal, the taste of their pizza is equal, they have equal prices. All things being equal, why am I going to go to Tony's Pizza instead of Joe's Pizza? Well, guess what? Tony has a sister, and his sister, Sally, can bake desserts and cakes out of this world, will make you smack everybody in your family, not just your grandmama. And listen, you cannot get Sally's desserts anywhere else but her brother's pizza restaurant. What one are you going to? You're going to go to Tony's every time because you want to make sure that you can get dessert, have that delicious dessert after you have your pizza. That is Tony's X factor. So I ask you, what is your X factor? With your competition, with whoever's out there, what is that wow factor that's going to set you apart that cannot be duplicated? Okay? Because people can often imitate you, but they cannot duplicate you. Mm-hmm. And so they cannot duplicate Tony's sister Sally. So what is your X factor? What is that wow factor? And so that right away is going to put you in your own lane, and that's going to take your competition off the map because you are in your own lane, and no one can do it like you can do it. So he can go and get some cake, and he can go and get somebody to bake something, okay? Joe can go and get somebody, okay? But it's not Sally's. It's not Sally's dessert.
Yes. So listeners, determine your X factor. People may imitate you, but they cannot duplicate you. I love that. So Dr. Johnson, please tell us more about sentimental. Let's talk about sentimental.
Ooh. So Sentimental was born in 2011 is when she was born. And I do talk about her in third person. I am in my right mind. okay? But she is she is so different. That is, I actually write poetry, and I've been writing poetry since 2011. It's been a therapeutic, but also a way for me to express what is in my heart. And so it is sentiments of the heart. And I write different poems that will help people overcome grief, help people to inspire them to change and to transform, and also love poems and expressions of God's love as well. And so it is definitely a different part of me. I am also a spoken word artist. I do have a single out called Like My Love. And so Like My Love, it gives a vivid, captivating, soul-stirring depiction of the greatest and unfailing love that is available to all people. And it is over a neo-soul style vibe. And so that love is, of course, God's love that is available to all people. And so through my writings, I have been transformed by his love, talking about God's love. And I was able to grow my destiny wings. And my hopes are that people who read my poems, that they will be able to grow their destiny wings, that they will emerge transformed by God's love through my writings, through, spoken word that you may hear. And I'm hoping to soon offer apparel and home accessories and more with my poems. And so, yeah, that's sentimental.
Well, congratulations on, all of the great things that you're doing with, your spoken word. And how can listeners purchase some of your poems and things? Or is it on your website as well?
No, it's on CD Baby. So CD Baby that's where you could find the single Like My Love. And so you can go on there. But you can follow me on Facebook at Sentimental the Poetess. Again, that is Sentimental the Poetess. And so you can get all of the information that you need there. Also on Instagram, it is IM_sentimental. IM_sentimental. And so
listeners, let's please support her. Let's support her new single, Like My Love. I'm loving it, yes. Dr. Johnson.
Yes, it was launched in 2018. I actually introduced Sentimental to the world in 2017, but I have been writing since 2011. But yeah, I don't post all of my poetry. Some of it will be, like I said, in other forms. So just keep an eye out.
Yes, I will. We will do that. But Dr. Johnson, what's one key leadership lesson you have learned along the way? I know you've probably learned many, but what's one key leadership lesson you would like to share with listeners that you've learned along the way?
Oh, wow. One key lesson that I have learned is failure is not final. Failure is not final. It is a lesson. It is a learning opportunity. And so that is one key that if no one ever listens or does anything, whatever that I have said, is understand this, that any time we have what looks or seems to be like a failure, it is actually an opportunity for you to learn. And from every situation that you have, you can take your lesson and your blessing. So you need to look for whatever situation, I don't care if it's in your business, I don't care if it's in your life, that whatever it is, you have a lesson that you can take away, and you also have a blessing. And so look for your lesson and look for your blessing.
Yes, because the blessing is in the lesson. So I agree. I love that. So what did, if you said failure basically is a lesson to you, so what did success teach you?
Oh, success taught me that, listen, we grow. You can always get better. One thing is I don't know that we ever reach that actual. I don't really believe in the pinnacle of success, because we can always aspire higher. So we can always improve. We can always go to other levels. We can always grow through learning. We can, always reach higher than where we are. And so I think that life is about a journey. It's about education. It's about empowerment. It's about helping to build others. It's about, letting your light shine so as to show that you can do this too, that you're able to tap into your gifts, that you can pursue your purpose in your destiny, and to never quit, never give up. Because the moment that you feel like that you've arrived to that place that you call success is the moment that you will stagnate. And so you always want to continue. It's like, yes, clap it up, stop and celebrate, but don't stay there long. Yes. Don't stay in that place long. Always aspire higher.
Yes, and always remain a student, because when we stop being a student, we have stopped growing. We have stopped growing.
Absolutely.
So you have all of these amazing things going on, Dr. Johnson, and 2019 has just started. So what can we expect from you the rest of 2019? I know you're about to birth some awesome things. So do you mind sharing with us some of the things that you have coming up?
Oh, wow. I'm so super excited about, of course I can't share everything, but I do want to share with your listeners about Changing Flames. Changing Flames is a consortium of African American based businesses. And so I am one of these American based businesses right here in Tampa that has come together with actually other businesses, and with our phenomenal leaders of Changing Flames, with Dr. Chris Kalu and with Miss Ursula Martin. It is actually 7 of us that serve on this executive committee. And guess what? I am soon will be officially full-time as the Vice President of Operations. I'm functioning in contracting at this time, really on a partial basis of Vice President of Operations. But we are changing flames in the continent, on the continent of Africa. I want to make sure everybody heard that. The continent. So we are empowering these African entrepreneurs. It is a grassroots operation. We have boots on the ground. We have ambassadors right there on the ground in Africa that is educating and empowering these African entrepreneurs, the small businesses, so that they are able to get registered within their country as an official business, so that they can be prepared. We can begin to prepare them both in marketing and infrastructure within their business, so that they can compete on a global scale. We want to partner them with U.S. investors or other investors that will be able to invest in their businesses, so that they can compete in this international trade environment and be able to build up their communities. You know, Africa is the richest continent in resources, both natural resources as well as human resources, with over 1.4 billion people. We only have 300 million people in the U.S. And as far as land mass, it is the largest continent with the richest resources. And so we have the richest resources being, you already know, we have diamonds, we have oil, all of those commodities. And so when we have this understanding that all we need to do is educate and empower, and we're using the African Growth Opportunity Act, which is called AGOA, which was established in the U.S., here in the U.S., it is policy that has been set up to empower these African entrepreneurs, to give them a really a clear pathway. It's been established since 2000, but guess what? A lot of African entrepreneurs don't know about it. So what are we doing? We are there on the ground. Changing Flames is truly changing flames, and we invite you to join us. I want your listeners to go to changingflames.com and find out more information about Changing Flames, and find out about our convention that we are having November 7th through the 9th, and you will be able to see a way that you're able to participate in this phenomenal opportunity to help and empower U.S. and Africa trade business partnerships. We would love for you to join us in whatever capacity. We have opportunities for sponsors and vendors, so on and so forth. And so you can go to convention.changingflames.com and you can find out information about the convention. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to share with you what I have that is up and coming. And that is, yes, we are still transcending horizons enterprises, because as you can see, we are soaring beyond the limits. Not only soaring beyond the limits, but I have partnered at Dr. Tylisha Johnson with and Transcending Horizons Enterprises with Changing Flames to bring about empowerment globally.
That is, you know what, that is super awesome, Dr. Johnson. I mean, empowering, and you know, on the continent. I mean, this is huge. What you're doing, it's huge, and congratulations on this awesome birthing of what you're about to do, and congratulations on your new position as Vice President of Operations. And I'm so excited for what God is about to do for you the rest of 2019. And I know you can't share everything, but I'm going to be watching, okay? Because I know it's going to be
yes. And this was exclusive because I have not announced my new position because, again, it's not full-time. I am, on a partial contract, and we are waiting, maybe in a few more months I'll be able to really make the official announcement. Oh, and by the way, I write for Brag Magazine, so you'll start seeing some articles out for Brag Magazine, and so I'm just super excited.
Yes, you have some great things going on. And please check her out at changingflames.com and check out Brag Magazine, because she just stated that she writes for Brag Magazine. Congratulations, Dr. Johnson, on all the amazing things that you have going on. So would you please tell listeners once again how they can follow and contact you?
Absolutely. So you can follow me on Facebook at Dr. Tylisha Johnson. Also at Transcending Horizons Enterprises on social media platforms. And also, please visit my website. You can get all of the information there, www.transcendinghorizonsent.com. And for Sentimental on Facebook, Sentimental the Poetess, please, please, please contact me. If there's any way that you would like to connect with me, I also have the Transcending Horizons broadcast, which is a Facebook Live show, and a podcast called Flight Strategies That Make Sense. So there are ways in which you, as an entrepreneur, or even if you have a author, a speaker, a coach, anything that you have going on that will help people to optimize their potential and to soar beyond the limits in both business and life, I would love for you to contact me. It is a great way to get exposure for your brand and also to connect with another platform. So please reach out to me.
Yes, and I'm honored and humbled to have been a guest on Dr. Johnson's on both of her shows. So definitely reach out to her.
Yes.
She has an amazing podcast, amazing show. Everything she's doing is super amazing, and she practices what she preaches. So definitely reach out, reach with her, collaborate with her, book her services, and, in general, just support. So thank you so much, Dr. Johnson, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come to the table to let me interview you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to bringing you back before the end of the year because I can't wait to see all that God has in store for you.
Well, awesome. I would love to come back to your show. I really, really appreciate it. And, of course, we will definitely be doing things together, Miss Ashley Little. I really appreciate all that you are doing to empower entrepreneurs, to empower authors, speakers, and coaches, and also everything that you're doing for the young women. I have interviewed Miss Ashley Little, and she is phenomenal as well. Being that best-selling author, you have to make sure that you are supporting her. And I know that you are going to stay connected with Miss Ashley Little and see what she is doing because I know that she is doing great things. And so listen, make sure that you connect with both of us and anyone that you see on our shows. It is going to be to your benefit. This is the season in which we need to make sure that we are connecting and that we are supporting. We cannot do this thing alone. Listen, for Changing Flames, our motto is we are stronger together. We are stronger together, and we are truly changing flames.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I told you Dr. Johnson is pretty amazing. Yes, she is. So thank you once again, Dr. Johnson. So I would like to give a special thanks to two of my mentors, Tammy Collins-Markey and John Schamberger. And I would also like to give a special thanks to Dr. Larry White Sr. and author Kimberly McLemore. And you all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.